People ask me what I'm most looking forward to with this interview. Is it the music? Obviously, I'm looking forward to the music. Is it the chat? Obviously, it's the chat. But I'm looking forward to the accent. I love the accents. Just sit back and listen to it all day long. Liverpool born, but living in Dublin, Jack Carter is still you're only a pup, by the way. You're 25 years of age, has made a name for himself in the world of creative arts. A victory on Dancing with the Stars, which his missus is still in at the moment. We'll talk about that in a second. A number of stage shows, and this describes you as a triple threat in acting, dancing and singing.
I don't know who's wrote that now.
Well, I tell you what, you better give them a pay rise.
I tell you.
Jake Carter, welcome to the afternoon show.
Thanks for having me in.
Listen, let's have a chat. Before we came on air there, we were saying about, the usual stuff. Are you busy? How are you doing? What's going on? Yada, yada, yada. You have your own stage school.
I do as well, yeah. Yeah, we obviously I'm with Karen still from Dance with the Stars. We've been together now for the last 6 years, and Karen has ran a dance studio for the last 6 years since we got together. She's been teaching obviously years before that, but she started her own dance studio, and then during lockdown, obviously the gigs kind of just disappeared. So I had this great idea of starting a music school, which I did then. I started that and I really enjoyed it. And then Karen had the dance school, I had the music school. So we were like, you know what, why don't we do a stage school as well? Have a mixture of everything. So that's been running now for the last kind of 18 months. And I think there's about 80 kids up there in Dublin now from the age of 3 right up to 16 that come twice a week. And they just do everything to do with the performing arts, whether it be singing, dancing or acting or just general messing, which is what I like to do.
Well, general messing, you're talking to a fella who was sent to numerous stage schools and mightn't have got along in one or two of them. But anyway, when it comes to the messing, the messing end of things, stage school for young people when it comes to performing arts is brilliant to bring them out of themselves, isn't it?
It is. And you know what? And Karen's always been a huge champion of this in the last few years. Whenever I'm chatting with her or she's chatting about it, it's like not every child gets on in school. Not every child enjoys school. They find it difficult, a lot of kids, whereas we kind of wanted to make the studio, and we're still trying to make it like a place where kids can come and they can just be themselves, whether they want to be a dancer, a singer or an actor or whatever it is, but it's just somewhere that they can come and let off a bit of steam, and there's no we're not strict. We don't send them home and tell them they have to do this. Now, we do run shows as well. We've got our NDA show coming up in June. But I think the kids enjoy that then as well. Do you know what I mean? It gives them something to look forward to that is not necessarily like your normal school with a curriculum and they have to stick to things. And it's just a nice outlet for a lot of kids that I guess don't necessarily get on that well in school.
Well, when you talk about, stage school and stuff like that, when it comes to, children performing, is it still a thing? And, me being in this business and you being in the music business, the dancing, you're triple threat, all right? You're a triple threat. It's very intimidating. But when you come to doing all that sort of stuff, do you find like us, because we're performers as well here on the radio and stuff like that, when the microphone goes off, we're generally quiet people. It's hard to believe, but we are. We're generally quiet people, and the children will be shy and then open up out of their shells.
Definitely, yeah, with some kids, and we've definitely noticed a lot of kids that come in and they're extremely quiet, and then all of a sudden a few months goes by and they sort of just come out of themselves and they're bubbly and they're loving life. So it definitely is different, I think, with each person. I find I have my days where I'm like, I don't want anyone to talk to me, do you know what I mean, after you've been on for a week, but generally I like to think that I'm quite similar whether I'm on stage or off stage, but there's definitely I've said definitely like 4 times there in the last minute. Did you know?
Don't worry.
There's definitely, see, there we go.
It's only live radio. We can edit the video.
We definitely, yeah, we can edit that out after. We definitely have a different persona whether you're on stage or off stage, and sometimes it is hard to switch off then when you're getting back to normal life then.
When it comes to the music, talk to us about the EP that is coming out, or it's already released.
It's released on Friday, yeah.
8th of March, yeah.
A 5-track EP that I've been working on over the last couple of years, and as cliche as it sounds, it's been a long time coming. Some of these songs were written 3 or 4 years ago, and I met a producer about 18 months ago, I'd say, to 2 years ago in Dublin, called Richie McCourt, who I got along really well with. We started writing some songs, and all of the tracks on the EP were produced by him. And I think, again, as cliche as it sounds, but I think we've really kind of found my sound and where I want to sit in the industry. Obviously, I've been over here now for 6 or 7 years. So I've been living in Ireland for a long time, and I've released a good bit of music over them years, and then the last couple of years everything slowed down a lot. So I feel like this EP is kind of like me re-establishing myself in a sense, and this is kind of my new stamp and where I want to be. And it's took a long time to get to this stage, but I'm really, really proud, and I'm really happy as to where this body of work has finished, and I'm really happy with the songs. So we released the latest single there, Don't Forget, on Friday with the rest of the EP, and people seem to love it so far, which is great. And touch wood, long may it continue.
It is. It's pure pop, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, even now I've been over here, like I said there before, like nearly 6 or 7 years, and still some people think to expect that it's going to be country music because of Nathan, my brother, and obviously he's established himself so much.
Who?
But so
is he famous, that fella?
Not too sure, to be honest.
I never heard of him.
He did a TV ad or something once.
Oh, yeah.
Or he did something with a biscuit, maybe. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, no. So it's been. I'm not going to say a negative thing, like, because obviously I like Nathan's my brother and I love him and I owe him a lot for where I am, but it definitely has been a challenge to try and show people what it is
find your own niche,
you know what I mean?
Course,
and it was always what I wanted to do. I was asked for years, like when I first moved over, why don't you just do what Nathan's doing and just kind of follow that? And in some senses it might have been easier, but it was just never what I wanted to do. Growing up, I loved pop music. I remember my first gig that I went to was McFly. I was kind of at the end of like Take That's like massive success. They had an album out called The Circus that I remember buying amongst the lads on the tightrope, and that was the type of music that I loved growing up, and that I guess I try to portray that then in the songs that I write.
Now that you say it, that's what I can hear in that song.
Yeah,
that's what I can hear in that song.
A lot of people would say that, and we released another track there just before Valentine's Day called Love Me Like You Do, and a few people said the same thing. They were like, it sounds a little bit Robbie Williams and stuff, and I guess without even knowing, that was kind of the influence that was there when I was writing or when we were sitting in the studio and trying to get certain sounds.
When it comes to, like, look at there's cameras here as we've been filming for social media and all that sort of stuff, but I did say it at the start, I was looking forward to the accents.
You do a very good Scouse accent.
Thanks very much, like, you know. Hey. Calm down. But I was looking forward to listening to the accents, so much. But when it comes to you, and then you have the missus.
Oh, she's very Dublin, yeah.
Doing the other accents, oh man. But the TikTok that you do together, it's very funny. Like, I mean, do you just come up with these and then just grab the phone? Because I seen one of the two of you were lying in bed, and next thing, boom, there was the phone.
Do you know what? It's so spontaneous. Like that, it was never something that I set out to do. I stayed away from TikTok for so long because I was just like, oh, it's another thing. And now the last kind of 12 months, I suppose, I've started posting on it a lot more. And there's videos that I'd spend hours on of me singing an original song or doing a cover and reworking. And then I was posting all these videos, and then one day, like that, we started this Scouser versus Dub thing. It was literally just, I think we were getting a coffee one morning and we were like, oh, I need to film this and put it up, and it literally blew up. I think it got like 100,000 views within a few hours, and I'm like, there's me sweating trying to do these other videos, spending hours, and this took like 3 minutes, but we've kept it going. People really enjoy it. We've done another one there today, actually, was the way that she says the name Matthew. Right. Every time she says it's like she's sneezing, she says Matthew. Like, where's that coming from? Where are you getting a CH from that? You know what I mean? It's like, the place Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
So
Machu.
So that was that's not released yet. I think that one's going to be posted then tonight. But yeah, it's something. It's crazy. I remember actually going over to Spain last year, doing a couple of gigs with Nathan actually, and sitting on the plane, and this woman beside me, she stopped me and she's like, oh, you're the fella off TikTok that does the accents. And I'm like, she didn't know me as a singer from Dancing with the Stars, anything that I've like spent years to try and do, just that fella with the Scouse accent on TikTok. But it's great, and I find myself now really enjoying TikTok and lying in bed and watching other people's content, and it's the way the world's going now.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
It is. It's 4 in the morning, you're still scrolling.
You're going to do a live performance for us after the break, but before we get to that, you're going on a little bit of a tour. I know you're doing doing radio all this week.
You're
going to be on stage very shortly as well.
Yeah, so obviously it's been a while. We had a bit of a hiatus since I've done a full tour of the country, but we're planning at the minute for hopefully the second half of the year we're going to be gigging a lot more. I'm actually gigging in Cavan this Saturday in Virginia as well with the band. We're doing a set after a charity strictly for a place that I was pronouncing wrong as well. I was calling it the football club Ramor, but it's not Ramor, it's
Rammer.
So yeah, there's another thing that I pronounced wrong as a Scouser, but they're doing it strictly, and then myself and the band are gigging after that, so we're going to try out some of the new songs then, and yeah, hopefully be getting back a lot more and doing a lot more shows now towards the end of the year.
And don't forget, you can check out all this stuff on jakecarterofficial.com. Point of View is out now, and then there's links to all the social media, the TikTok, the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course Spotify, where you have got quite a number of listens. Right, we're going to hear some live music from Jake in just a sec.
Oh, 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 oh. Staring out the window of my eyes. Oh, it's so much easier to stay inside of our own head, searching for some paradise. Life's a game of chance and we just roll the dice. Milk and honey, somewhere sunny. Stay out late, no cares, no worries. Clear your thoughts, forget your flaws. You've built these walls, so open up. Milk and honey, somewhere sunny. Stay out late, no cares, no worries. Clear your thoughts, forget your flaws. You've built these walls, so open up. Oh, 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 oh. Dreaming of the starry violet skies, and wishing for a moment I could close my eyes, and maybe I'll wake up and realize that this is just a fairy tale in disguise. Milk and honey, somewhere sunny. Stay out late, no cares, no worries. Clear your thoughts, forget your flaws. You've built these walls, so open up. Milk and honey, somewhere sunny. Stay out late, no cares, no worries. Clear your thoughts, forget your flaws. You've built these walls, so open up. Oh, 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 oh. The universe is on your side to live your dreams. Just speak your mind. Now what you seek, oh, you shall find. A universal paradise. Milk and honey, somewhere sunny. Stay out late, no cares, no worries. Clear your thoughts, forget your flaws. You've built these walls, so open up. Oh,
lovely, absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Listen, it's been a pleasure to have you down in the studio.
Thank you so much for having me on. It's been one of the most enjoyable radio interviews I've ever done, so thank you.
The bosses are listening. Listen, Jake, thank you very much. Check him out at jakecarterofficial.com, and if you're in Cavan, in Virginia, in Rammer, this Saturday night in Ramor, enjoy the show. Jake Carter, thank you very, very, very much.
Thanks so much, and a big hello to everyone out there.